Hello, readers. So, we have been learning how to be word ninjas and how to solve unknown words. And let me just go over again the different strategies that we've learned so far. So, you've learned how to sound it out. Op, hop. You use that with short words. You've learned how to break it up into small little pieces and then put it back together, like under, gr, ound, underground, underground. See how I broke it up, put it back together. You've learned how to skip it and then come back. So remember we skipped the word here. So the class went to the blank to eat lunch. Now we go back to the word and we guessed cafeteria. The word is cafeteria. We've also learned yesterday to use the pictures. So remember when we did Bumpy Turtle? I looked at the picture of the turtle to help me know that that word is turtle. Okay, so use your pictures. And then the last strategy as we're going to use as word ninjas is we're going to ask ourselves after we do a try, does it sound right and does it make sense? Okay, so even if you're using sound it out, break it up, skip it and come back, or the pictures, once you say a word, think to yourself, does that make sense there? Like, for example, if I had said bumpy tree, would that have made sense? No, because if you look back at the picture, there's no tree around there, right? It's a turtle. That makes more sense. So we always have to ask ourselves, does it make sense and does it sound right with the letters that it shows? Okay? So every single time you're going to ask yourself that question. Does it sound right? Does that make sense? So I'm actually going to read to you a quick book. And we're going to practice those things. I'm going to move over here so you can see me a little bit better. Okay, ready? The book is called The Big Bed. As I read this story, there's going to be times where I have to solve an unknown word. And I'm going to ask myself, does it make sense? Okay, so the big bed. We need to talk about the big bed. See her coming up to her dad. I am a reasonable person. I don't want to see anybody get their feelings hurt. Daddy, please sit down. I have no problem with you during the day. You're a wonderful, uh-oh, I don't know this word. You're a wonderful, I'm trying to sound it out, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna look at my pictures to help me. What are they doing? She's got like a, a wrestler's thing on, like the uh, lucha libre. So let me see, wrestle. You're a wonderful wrestler. Does that make sense? I think so. It matches the picture a little bit. You're a wonderful wrestler. You're also very gifted at the art of a horsey ride, of the horsey ride. And you see that does make sense because the picture, she's in a horsey ride. What I'm trying to say is that you are a valued member of this team, a VIP. And then here's a picture that says very important. I'm gonna break it up. Piggyback. Piggyback ride giver. Does piggyback make sense? Well, based on the pictures and what just happened before, I'm going to say yes, it does make sense. So I can use that. Very important piggyback rider, or ride giver, sorry. But every night we struggle with the same question. Who does mommy belong to? And this got mommy, does it belong to dad or you? Or does it belong to me? When day turns to night, It's normal for people to seek comfort. No one can deny that mommy is full of cozies and smells like fresh bread. Who wouldn't want to cuddle with her? Seeing as how there are two of us, but only one of her, we face a hard, we face a hard, I'm not sure what that word is. We face a hard decision. Decision? Does that make sense? I don't even think that's a word. Decision? Let me think. Seeing how as how there are two of us but only one of her, we face a hard. Now I have to see what word would make sense there because we're always asking ourselves what makes sense. We face a hard d d d. I'm going to use that first letter to help me. D d. Let me just make a guess. Decision? Let me read it, see if it makes sense. Seeing as how there are two of us, but only one of her, we face a hard decision. Does that make sense? Yeah, they have to make a decision. Okay, we can move on. Quick question. Am I mistaken, or don't you already have a mommy? Perhaps grandma's available to sing you to sleep 3 or 4 nights a week. I'm almost positive she'd be willing to tap your back for a few minutes. And then she has her little picture of grandma. Who does mommy belong to? Science has proven that one of many symptoms of bedtime is darkness. So daytime, bedtime. Daddy, are you scared of the dark? Because I am. I know you're convinced that my deep sea ocean wonder fishy light is some kind of night watchman, but you should know that it creates more shadows than banishes. I can't sleep alone. Delicate question. Is it the PP? I know it. I looked it up online and you'll be thrilled to know that my tinkles are harmless. There are actually many benefits to waking up damp from liquid waste. She's trying to convince her dad that her peeing in bed is okay. You'll repel bears during the day, so you see them running away. Ammonia smells are nature's alarm clock. You can see the cat waking up being like, oh, this is gross. No need to shower. You're already wet. Space is definitely an issue. I appreciate how you try to squish your body into the far lower right corner of the bed, but that's no way to live. Besides, you need a restful night's slumber to prepare for a day of text messaging and telling me no. So she has a diagram. Daddy, I see you. I hear you. You'll be thrilled to know that I've come up with a solution that you are sure to find not only satisfactory, but also quite generous, if I do say so myself. Ta-da! And you see it's a little cot. Every night can feel like a camping trip with a metal and canvas cot. With this almost twin-sized portable mountain bed, you'll feel like an honorary park ranger and look like one too. And then she shows a paper with a sale for a cot. She says, look, this one's even on sale. Okay, Daddy, hold on. I can already feel your resistance. You don't have to start out the night sleeping on your special nature box. We'll all cozy up together in the big bed, and once you're nice and asleep, Mommy and I will gently roll you onto your big boy bassinet. It will be right next to ours if you need anything. Anything at all. Except being next to us. You can't have that. In the morning, feel free to come join us again. Quietly though, okay? We're resting. I presented this idea to Mommy earlier, and she laughed and laughed, which I took as 2 thumbs up. I hope you're as excited as I am. Tell you what, tomorrow we're going to pick out some special new sheets for your awesome sleeping rectangle. Mommy and I just want you to be happy. And that is the end of the story, boys and girls. All right. So today, what you're going to do is you're going to be word ninjas again. You're going to read for 20 minutes a book of your own. When you're done with those 20 minutes, you'll go back to Seesaw. You are going to add a response, and you're going to make another list of words that you weren't sure and you had to solve them. So in this book, if you remember, I solved the word piggyback. I solved the word, let's see, I didn't know the word wrestler. Remember the word wrestler I had a hard time with? Wrestler, and I had a hard time with piggyback. Piggyback. So those are the words that I would write down and say, yep, these are my words that I had a hard time with. So I'll start off saying my title, The Big Bed. I read the book, The Big Bed, and then I'll make my list of words that I didn't know and I had to solve, okay? So go be your word ninjas and use all of your strategies. Today we're going to check and make sure, does it make sense? Does it sound right? If it does, great, keep on reading, okay? You guys can do it. Have fun reading, and I can't wait to see what books you read and what words you got to solve as word ninjas.